everyone and welcome to day 23 of this advent series. Can you believe it's the last day tomorrow? I can't. And I'm so happy I started this advent series. It's so much fun. Today I will be making a card that is inspired by my friend Annie, and in fact Annie is the person who brought me to card making. I saw her cards in the internet and I thought, wow, I want to do that as well. She's my all-time favorite card maker. I love her designs. This is the card that we will be inspired by today, and in fact normally she does more cast cards, but here she used some layers and soft colors, and I wanted to do this as well with some distressing. And I used some sea glass cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I just ordered some Simon Says Stamp cardstocks to try them out, and I'm happy how they are. They are just awesome, and I like they are a little thicker. I found out even my markers do not bleed through them. And I took some pattern paper from the Simple Stories Snap collection and distressed the edges with my scissors and then adhered that to the front of the card. And the next paper that I chose is from Karina Gardner. It's the Santa Sleigh collection. I printed it out, it was a digital. And just like I did with the first piece, I just rubbed my scissors on the edges of the piece of paper to have a distressed edge. And then I used another piece of paper from the Snap collection. I love this yellow-brown color, and it's a grid line pattern. And I picked the reindeer from Purple Onion Designs. This time this is not a Stacia Kula design, it's from Carolyn Draws, and her drawings are a bit sketchy. I love this reindeer, it's so cute. And I wanted to paper piece it on that paper, but not with black lines, but with white embossing. So I white embossed that image because I didn't want to have any black on that card. I wanted to have only some happy light Christmas colors. I use a technique that I made a tutorial on a blog named Hero some time ago. I call it washi piecing. It's just like paper piecing, but you use some translucent washi, put it onto your image, and then follow the lines with the X-Acto knife. And since the washi tape is translucent, you can see the lines through it. Today I only used that technique for the scarf of the reindeer, but I could have used it for the entire image. It's so much fun because the washi tape is translucent, and many washi tapes have like graphic designs. I like it a lot, and it's a bit different from paper piecing. I wanted to adhere that to the front of the card, but before I did that I wanted to have some transparency, just like Annie had on her card, and I cut out a circle of vellum with my Martha Stewart Simple Circle Cutter, and then I rubbed off the adhesive with my thumb, which is quite easy. And then I distressed the edges with my scissors again. But if you use vellum, you want to be careful because the vellum tears very easily, and you can easily get it like crinkled, and every crinkle shows because it gets white where it is bent. I adhered that to the front of the card with some dimensional adhesive, and because I didn't want the antlers to be torn apart soon, I just adhered that with my tape runner to the vellum. And as I told you, even if I do paper piecing, I like to have some shadows on my image, so I used some brushed corduroy distress ink to add some shadows to our little reindeer, and I used lots of water just to have some light shadows, not too dark, but I used a lot of color on his antlers to make them really dark. So you can see I just put on some color, just a little shading, and then filled in the antlers with lots of ink. Next I picked a washi tape that has the exact same colors like the pattern paper from the Snap collection, which is a yellowish brown, and I wanted to have like a banner from the side which will carry the sentiment, but the sentiment will be on sea glass cardstock as well, just like the card base, to have this color again. And I used a German sentiment set from Danny Poys. It's the Klartext collection again. And I used a sentiment that says Weihnachtspost, which means Christmas mail. I white embossed that on a piece of sea glass cardstock. and then I cut that out. It has a frame, in a white frame around the words, so I cut around that frame and was careful not to cut off the white embossed edge. I adhered that to the front of the card with some dimension adhesive on top of the washi that I just added. And then was like a lightning in my head which said, well, you have that Avery Elle set about mail called Airmail, and there is this tiny envelope in that set, and this envelope would match this card perfectly. So I picked that envelope and white embossed that on some pattern paper from the same Center Sleigh collection that I used before. It's the same blue color, and I white embossed that tiny envelope on that blue pattern paper, and I also embossed it on white cardstock because I wanted to have the little letter that is coming out of the envelope in white, and there will be a tiny sentiment on that soon. So I just embossed those envelopes and then cut them out. So from the blue pattern paper, cut out the entire image with the envelope and the letter, and from the white cardstock I only cut out the white white letter that I adhered to the blue pattern paper just to make it look like there was the white letter in that envelope. But before I adhered that white piece to the envelope, I just sent the tiny sentiment which says "Made with Love" to that little letter, and then I added some shadows with some tumbled glass on the envelope and also on the letter. I used some foam adhesive to adhere that tiny letter to the front of the card, and first I reached for my foam squares, and then I found out they are too thick for what I planned, so I took my foam tape and just cut a piece off and adhered the little letter to the front of the card. The last thing I did was to use a liquid pearls pen in red to add a red nose to Rudolph, and that finished the card for today. I hope you got inspired, and please make sure to visit Annie's blog at anniecarton.blogspot.com. You can find a link on my blog, and I hope you got inspired, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.